You got the guy.
Wow.
Yes.
Are you kidding me, dude? Las Vegas Raiders now find themselves in a predicament. They signed Jimmy Garoppolo to their $77 million deal. They got their guy. This guy knows McDaniel's offense. When he's on the field, he's a winner. Now, he does have a little bit of injury concerns, but obviously they're going to protect him, and he's going to be a perfect fit for this Raiders team. Turns out that is not the case. He showed up. They got shoulder surgery. Remember, that held up the whole trade process, which inevitably led to him ending up at the Raiders. I guess it wasn't just a shoulder injury. This foot injury that he had to get surgery on immediately upon arriving at the Raiders had them change an addendum in the contract, which basically says if he can't play next year, they don't have to pay him anything. They're just hoping that the foot will be able to recover by training camp is their prediction, but nobody else has said, yeah, he'll be back by training camp. What a clusterfuck of a situation. Whenever you think about Tom Brady being a percentage owner, do we not have a Jackie Moon situation potentially on deck here if this foot can't handle itself?
What did I say?
You said S by C.
Because I naturally, as a person who's invested in a business, if I could potentially be the answer to an issue that is very, very important to my business, wouldn't that be a natural thing to think about?
You can't be owner, player, coach. There are rules against it. I believe the other owners would have to okay it. I'm sure they wouldn't. If he wanted to come back, he could theoretically sell his piece of the team and unretire. He is a free agent. I believe there are personal reasons that he is retired, and I believe he is going to stay that way.
But the bruising is kind of ridiculous. I could show you guys if you want to see it.
Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Live breaking news, national champion Pat Kavanaugh. Oh, shit. Hey, that's just starting, too. That's going to get worse.
Yeah.
You know that, Pat.
I was getting a little anxious the night before the game, so I sent that photo to the 3 other captains. And then Liam texted me on the side, a little paragraph, I guess, from an article about the guy Mike Day saying, first guy to walk into a room in Afghanistan, I think it was, and took 27 bullets and was like 10 feet away from a grenade. And then when he woke up and gained consciousness, he killed 2 guys. And I read that and was just like, I got the chills because we were playing on Memorial Day. I put it all in perspective. Like, it's just a little hamstring injury if this guy's getting shot at 27 times and taking a grenade. Like, I could do this.
Le'Veon Bell said he smokes before he played games.
Every game.
You did that?
Yeah.
No.
Besides the little stint we had in the program, but yeah, before every game.
What are we talking
about?
Yeah, I never played high. I've trained high, though. And by train, I mean, like, worked on all my shit because I thought, like, if I was high, I'd probably think about it a little bit more, start cooking a little bit more. So I always trained high, but I would never play just because if I hit a shank, I wouldn't want to be like, oh, it's because I was high. But some guys never played a single game without being high.
I think the worst year I had in football was the year I was in the program.
So is marijuana a performance enhancing?
Might be.
My guess is it's more likely resembles the Michael Thomas deal where it's like 1 for 10 with incentive laden to the chance to make 15. That's probably what it's going to end up like. But again, if there are teams fighting for him and you want to sign him, he does have leverage because he's a rare, really, really good free agent who's available right now.
AJ, this guy was having...
He's a big fan.
He was vibing, man. I hope to one day have a time like that yet again somewhere, someplace, at MetLife Stadium nonetheless happening. He was crushing it, as did T. Swift. And here's Kelly Teller, Miles Teller, and Aaron. And I believe as soon as the confetti fell on his face, Miles, who is not only a rooster and top dog and everything he's in.
That's right. Of course.
Even when Tom Cruise is in the movie.
Wow.
What's that?
That's just not true, but you can continue.
Okay. Great actor.
Yeah.
Great actor. Great dude. Got to hang out with him.
Exactly.
Okay, he's a good golfer.
Yep.
So he's an actor, he's a thespian. So when he had that confetti falling on him, he was like, oh, when's the next time we're going to be doing this? And he was a little boozed up at Taylor Swift. He looked to his right. He's like, Aaron, this is going to be next time we do this when you win the fucking Super Bowl. The Vikings have paid off their debt on U.S. Bank Stadium 23 years early. Will save the Minnesota taxpayers $226 million in an interest loan. That's very nice of the Minnesota Vikings, obviously doing that. Good for business for them, too, because now they outright own the stadium. So any events that take place there, they receive every single dollar, don't have to split it with anybody, I would assume, because that's how public funding goes. Well, if we publicly fund something, then we're going to want a piece of it. That's just how it goes. If our money's in there, then we're going to make money back off of that thing. Andrew Marshall and Pat McAfee opens up about his $85 million ESPN lead. He asked me, he's hearing that that's the number. Can you confirm? And I said, interesting number. I'll never talk about the actual numbers. Not my thing, but I do appreciate your interest in our show. And then I went on to answer all of his other things. Then the headline is, confirmed. That's a wild, interesting number. Because I am interested in how, because last week it was 10, guaranteed. This is interesting, though, that this has become a focal point of the conversation around our business. But it is also a focal point around my negotiation abilities and my business sense and my business smarts. So like when 10 million was talked about, I was like, little disrespectful here. I don't know if you saw this. They raced in Monaco the morning of you guys doing the Indy 500. Their race was terrible, Joe. It was. I am not an F1. I'm not like I'm not an avid race car watcher thing, you know. But I tried to watch their race, and it's on the same day as the Indy 500. It was a bad race, naturally a bad race. How do the IndyCar people feel about the growth of F1? And what do you think about IndyCar's current status as a sport in Americana? Still 330,000 people coming to a race. That is massive business.
Ton.
But in the whole hierarchy of racing, how do you feel about where IndyCar is right now, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, seriously, I think our trajectory is good. You know, we are trending up where everything, you know, especially when you look at TV landscape, everything's kind of trending down. You know, the audience is moving to different parts, but I think IndyCar is on the rise again. And for me as a race car driver, I mean this, it is the most competitive form of motorsports. It's where I would want to race because me as an athlete racer, I make more of a difference with my skill set, with the way I interact with my team. That makes more of a difference in IndyCar racing than it does in Formula One. And that's not to take away from Formula One. Formula One, they talk about it as the pinnacle of motorsports, and it's really the pinnacle of motorsports engineering. It's a manufacturer's championship. It's about who has the best car. And when you show up with the best car, then you're expected to win. In IndyCar, I'm telling you, anybody can win the Indy 500 when you're in that race. You can be on the top team or the bottom team. It doesn't matter. You can make a huge difference. And so when you're a competitive person, I want to get paid well because I'm excellent at what I do. And when you drive an IndyCar, you can prove your excellence. And as a competitor, that's essential to everything you do.
Shannon Sharp is potentially on the move. Now, we will miss Shannon Sharp with Skip Bayless. All of us will.
No. I won't miss it.
What are you talking about? What is it even? You
Great
won't?
team.
Skip is an asshole.
Bingo, which is why.
What about Shannon?
Bingo.
Another asshole. No,
Oh, Pat,
I love
man.
Shannon. No, I'm joking. Shannon is my dude, but like I won't miss Skip, bro.
There's been a lot of people that have kind of come to that same conclusion where they're like, hey, Skip has had a really long run. I don't know if anybody has said this, an incredible run. Changed sports media forever, Skip did. But a lot of people think at this stage of the game, with how great Shannon was on that particular program, a lot of people are saying that Skip might, this might be the...
Fade off?
But I would never say that.
Never.
I would never say that about Skip
People
Bayless.
are saying that
People
on the
are
internet.
saying that, though, and I don't think they understand the power of Skip Bayless. Shannon is going to be in a really good spot here, I think, and I hope to hell he comes to ESPN. We have breaking news. Chiefsaholic is still on the run after skipping court in Oklahoma for a bank robbery.
Wow.
Chief superfan Xavier Babudar, also known as Chiefsaholic, finds himself on a most wanted list, and now Dog the Bounty Hunter has casted his nose at you. It's only a matter of time before Chiefsaholic is back attempting to rob a bank somewhere. Everybody keep your heads on a swivel for a running wolf. This man will stop at nothing to see his Chiefs play football from the front row.
Here we go.
Frog with a great snap. Shout out Frog. Going through.
Look how big he is.
Settle yourself.
He's huge.
Huge.
Yeah, pretty athletic too.
Let's
Yeah.
see it.
Let's fucking hit it, pal.
Will Levis?
Yeah.
No.
Let's go.
There's the guy.
Let's go.
That's the guy.
Yep.
Fucking yup! We got a guy!
You got the guy.
Wow.
Yes.
Are you kidding me, dude?
Holy shit.
Undefeated for sure.
We got the guy. Bill Belichick was asked what was one of the pioneers of their offense last year. Alongside Matt Patricia, former special teams coordinator for the New England Patriots, who go on to be the New York Giants head football coach because of how great of a special teams coordinator he was running the offense alongside Matt Patricia last year. Bill Belichick was asked, hey, what's Joe Judge doing this year?
Bill, can you help us understand what Joe Judge's role will be in the team this year?
Yeah, he'll do whatever I ask him to do.
Thanks for asking.
Beast. Beast.
I had not seen that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So good.